Do your job.
Marcos here for FightHubTV.com, being joined with Cub Swanson, and we talked about his upcoming fight in November at the Palms in Las Vegas, Nevada. Check it out. Cub, we know you have a big fight coming up. Talk to us about that fight.
I'm fighting Mackens on the next WC card. It's at WC 52 in Vegas at the Palms again, and I'm really excited about this fight. I had long layoffs in between fights, and the first time in a long time I haven't been injured, so I've been able to get right back in there, and same venue, real familiar, so I'm excited about it.
Tell me more about your opponent, and what do you see weakness-wise in his game?
I don't really see weakness in him. He's pretty well-rounded. I think he matches my style real well, so I think him fighting a lot like me is to my advantage, in my opinion. I'm just excited that it's not going to be like my last fight with someone that just wants to lay on me, you know. And nothing against Mendez, he did good, but I kind of want to go in there and I want to fight. So I think Mackens is definitely a game opponent to fight.
What's your take on this argument? You know, there's been a lot of talk about like the style of wrestlers just going and laying on people. You know, how do you feel about that topic?
I mean, wrestling it is a part of the game, and it's a legitimate part of the game. You know what I mean? Like when my fight with Mendez, he did a great job of timing me and getting me down. Unfortunately, he didn't do a lot of damage when we got there, and I definitely think the ref could have stood it up, but it depends on the ref. You know, it's his call. I don't think you should score it that high. I think you should score on damage. I feel like I did more damage, but I definitely should have gotten up. I mean, it's my job to get up. But I definitely feel if you're going to take someone down, do damage. You know, either pass the guard or do damage. If you're going to be in the guard, I think if the guy is on his back hitting and going for submissions, then he should be winning. I think if you're on top, then you should either be passing the guard or doing damage, like constantly elbows, hits. I think that's the only way to score it.
You're on the undercard of Urijah Faber and Mizugaki. How do you feel with Urijah's drop down in weight? How do you feel he'll do?
We were always waiting for him to do that because he's a pretty small 45er, and he did real well at 45. So I think he's going to do real good against Mizugaki at 35s. I don't think that he'll be able to beat Dominic Cruz when they're trying to push that fight because I know Dominic real well, and he's a badass, and I definitely think he's going to keep his belt for a while.
What makes Dominic such a dominant champ at this point?
Just his style. People haven't been able to figure it out yet, and the guys who've had the best chance at beating him have all been really short, and they are going to have a hard time getting in his range because Dominic's got that long reach, and with his style, you gotta clip him, and those guys are just out of his reach. So I think it's just stylistically been real hard for people.
Now, who wins, Cub Swanson or Dominic Cruz?
Well, it's never going to happen. You know, we were supposed to fight back in the day, but unfortunately the commission suspended me for a technicality, something that we didn't know about. This was when the commission first came around. But we spar together, we train, we have a good time, and we both walk away hurting. We're good sparring partners.
Going back to the fight that's coming up for you in November, what are some things that you're working on in the gym? Any things that you're changing up from your last fight, and any new people that you're bringing in your camp?
I just trained a little bit longer back home. I'm going to Greg Jackson's tomorrow morning. Greg's excited to have me back, you know, and when we get together, we have a good time and work. There's always good quality guys out there for me to work with. I'm definitely working a lot on my ground game because Mackens is definitely really, really good jiu-jitsu, really good at finishing people, very athletic. And I think he's got good stand-up too, so I'm kind of preparing a little bit of everything, but definitely brushing up on my ground game.
Now, Greg's seen as like this mad scientist of MMA, putting down masterful game plans. How do you guys go and approach those game plans? Do you guys like go in like a little room and be like, all right, like let's figure out what we need to do, and take me through that process?
Yeah, pretty much. I give him footage, and he takes it and he sleeps on it. Gets back to me the next day, and he goes, "Okay, here's what we're gonna do." Like an evil genius, kind of, you know what I mean? Like for real. And we kind of work some things out during the first practice, and then he'll come back to me later that night. We'll meet up one-on-one, and we'll go over things, and we'll drill it and drill it and drill it and drill it. And then he expects to not only see me drilling it more, but he expects to see me pulling off the game plan in sparring, in practice. And that's like the biggest thing is we have to fulfill it on live sparring partners, on and badasses too. You know, like on a Clay Guida, you know, Melvin Gillard, Joe Stevenson, you know, Cowboy Leonard. You know, I'm doing it on these guys. You know, trying to force a game plan on dudes that are legit. So.
Come November, what are we going to see from you?
I just plan on being at my best. You know, that's all I care about is being my full potential. I hate going out there and just not being my full potential, and that's on me.